and some other countries. Good morning, good noon, good day. Okay, so ako pala si Jess, and in this session, in this financial education session, we call it lunch and learn. Okay, so while you're taking your lunch or even breakfast, you get to spend some time to learn as well. Kahit mga 30 minutes, no? 30 minutes to 40 minutes of learning, uh, it can make a big difference as well. Of course, ito yung madalas nating reminder that you cannot learn everything in just 30 minutes. You cannot learn everything in 40 minutes or 1 hour. So it's the small steps that you take every day that will lead you to your goal or destination. All right? So before I proceed, before I click the next slide, gusto ko lang malaman if you hear me loud and clear. Thumbs up naman. Okay, click the reaction button there and thumbs up or chat. Okay? Kasi may mga maraming options na rin sa reaction button. All right. Good. Very good. Loud and clear. Thank you. So, yung topic natin for this day, and not just for this day, it's for the next 5 days. Okay? For the next 5 days, topic natin will be talking about 7 financial challenges every Pinoy should learn to overcome in order to achieve financial success. So, lahat ng mga inputs no on this on our presentation for the next 5 days, we took it, okay, from this book. Okay, so if you haven't got a copy of this book, if wala ka pang kopya sa librong ito, ask your friend, ask your inviter na bigyan ka ng kopya, kahit soft copy, kahit first few chapters lang, so that you'll have something to read, a reference, because this is the book na ginawa ni IMG. And itong book na ito is sobra pa sa isang bestseller. Kasi if you have a book, to become a bestseller, for it to become a bestseller, it must sell at least 10,000 copies. And sometimes it takes months and years for a book to become a bestseller. And for a person, to an author to become a best-selling author, it takes months or years. All right? But itong librong ito, in just the first 2 months of printing, over 500,000 copies po were distributed worldwide. Okay, within the Philippines and worldwide. So, ganyan katindi itong librong ito. And you cannot buy this in the bookstore pala. If you're an IMG member, if you join our school, if you enroll in our school, in our organization, you'll have a copy of this book. Okay, so I'll give you an overview. So why this book is so special. To me, it's because nilagay sa librong dyan, minimension dyan, ano yung reality, ano yung mga challenges that every Filipino should learn to overcome in order to achieve financial success. All right? So, reality number 1. Okay? So, I'll be, again, in the next 5 days, starting today, I'll be talking about the 7 realities. Okay? So, I'll be talking about reality number 1 in this session. Okay, in this session alone, we'll be talking about reality number 1. Reality number 1, when it comes to securing the future, many Pinoys fail with money. Right? Many good Pinoys, hardworking Pinoys, smart and talented Pinoys, young Pinoys, retiree and old Pinoys, teachers, engineers, doctors, many retire without enough savings. Do you have some friends, relatives, loved ones who are good people, who are hardworking people, smart and talented people, young people, retiree or old, teachers, engineers, doctors? Do you have some friends in all those, walks of life that are struggling with money, or that have money problems, or that have, money struggles? Okay. Paki-type nga dyan if you have. Type the word, yes, I have, or yes, if you know some people who are struggling with money today. Okay? Walang nag-type. Ako lang, no? Baka ako lang siguro yung may mga Alright, okay. Here, no? So, yes, okay. So, it's good to know na it's not only me, but some of you also, you have some friends and family members who are struggling with money. Now, some of our, some of us here might think, Jess, wala akong maisip eh. No, wala akong maisip. I don't know anybody struggling with money. All right, good. Congratulations. Meaning to say they have abundance. Okay? Kasi yung goal natin is abundance eh. Yung goal natin abundance. And if you are not living financial abundance, then probably may mga kulang, no? May mga if you see people like they have credit card debts that are unpaid, they have due dates, no, si Judith, no, they have due dates na unpaid, yung they have bills that are unpaid, debts are piling up, then hindi lang siguro obvious kasi hindi nila sinasabi, but it's it's a struggle. Okay? It's a regular struggle. May mga friends, relatives tayo na they've experienced na sa family nila, no, nag-aaway yung parents, nag-aaway yung mga magulang nila dahil ang mahal ng bill, no, ng kuryente, tuition fee na naman, no, enrollment na naman, so saan tayo kukuha ng pera, and then you have some siblings, you have some magkakapatid na one is going to college, the other one is going to high school, sabay-sabay, so, and you see your parents worried, you see your parents doing a lot of overtime, you see your parents just do whatever it takes, no, naghahanap ng sideline, no, so it means you're in need of money. They're in need of money. So hindi lang obvious, hindi lang sinasabi, but they're struggling, with money. Okay? So I have a lot of friends. They're good people. But they don't have savings. They have utang to pay, right? I have a lot of friends na they're into business, pero their business is down. Before the pandemic, yung income was okay. Nung dumating yung pandemic, they see their income plunge up to zero. And negative. Ano yung negative? Kasi may mga payables pa sila, may mga utang pa, may mga sisweldohan pa sila. So, negative yung balance nila. No? So, yeah, no, these are good people, okay? And smart and talented Pinoys, all right? So, may mga sports personalities, may mga artista, there are executives right now, managers right now that are walang trabaho. They're very fearful. Every day they go to office, they're fearful because they might receive an early retirement, letter, from the company, and maraming walang retirement savings. They're just having this attitude of happy-go-lucky, in Bisaya, some people would say, si Lord na lang bahala, no? So, actually alam natin yan, si Lord talaga yung bahala, pero binigyan ka ni Lord ng utak eh. Binigyan ka ni Lord ng kamay, ng utak, ng skills, para mapaghandaan mo ano yung mga challenges along the way. Kagaya ng nangyari ni Joseph the Dreamer, di ba? So through a dream, pinakita sa kanya ano yung mangyayari sa Egypt. Egypt will experience 7 years of famine, but before the famine, there will be 7 years of harvest. So, yun yung ginawa nila, no? They prepared during the harvest. They prepared for the famine. During the harvest, you prepare for the famine. During the famine, you will survive. And the next cycle will come in of harvest and famine. So life is a cycle of harvest and famine. Sometimes you're up there. Sometimes you're down. Sometimes abundance. Sometimes may mga maraming pera. You feel that you're blessed. Feeling blessed. Diba? Pero sometimes you have to admit that you're going down and you are at the bottom. And the best thing in the bottom is there's no other way but go up. So you have to accept this reality, guys, happening to you, happening to your family, happening to your parents. You know, there was a story a few days ago. There was this new member, IMG member. He said that may kapitbahay sila, na disgrasya yung father nila, no? Father ng kapitbahay. They went to the hospital. They end up spending 2 million pesos, pero namatay pa rin yung tatay nila, and hindi nila nabayaran yung 2 million, kaya na sanla yung lupa nila. So it's a sad truth, no? So one day you're happy with the family, yes, you pray, you celebrate birthdays, anniversary, but one day somebody gets sick in the family, lulubog ka, no? Yung family mo will have to spend everything, you know, one sickness away from financial bankruptcy. Alright? So, of course, hindi natin dinadasal. But bottom line, yun lang yung isa sa mga symptoms. Kasi pag pumunta tayo sa doktor, yung nakikita ng doktor is symptoms. Okay? Yung nakikita ng doktor, symptoms lang. So, hindi pa niya alam kung ano yung talagang sakit mo. So, itong mga nangyayari sa atin, no, yung mga experience natin, no, financially struggling, this is a symptom of what's going on inside of us, and may kulang. So that's why itong sinasabi sa reality number 1, many Pinoy retire without enough savings. It's just a symptom. It's just a result of what is missing. And later on, we'll talk about the missing in the next few slides. Okay? So ito, kahit si Boss Sanchez, sabi niya, I have a lot of friends na mababait, madasalin, magagaling, matatalino, pero baon sa utang, and they struggle financially. Even si Boss Sanchez, hindi exempted. So I know you also have a lot of friends na good people. They are prayerful religious people, spiritually, mature people, and they're good people in their professional job, in their businesses, and they're intelligent, they're bright, they're smart, no? Pero baon sa utang, and they struggle financially. Professionals, but they don't know how to manage their money. Professionals, pero walang savings. Professionals, pero baon sa utang. Professionals, pero doesn't really know how to manage the income that he earns. Professionals, but spender. Okay? So, and matigas ang ulo. Ganyan, kasi hindi nakikinig. So, kaya kailangan natin ng mindset change, no? So, based on the survey, sabi ng Inquirer, based on the survey, Filipinos believe that savings equivalent to 2.1 years worth of personal income is enough to live on post-retirement. Imagine, this is the belief of Filipinos based on the survey ng Inquirer. And the Inquirer, of course, binalita lang ng Inquirer. So meron talagang source ng survey. So you feel free to Google that, no? Based on the survey, Filipinos believe that savings equivalent to 2.1 years worth of personal income is enough. Enough na yan. No? Enough na yung pera ko. No? I can retire already. But this was seen remarkably low compared with the regional average of 12 years. Sa Asia po yan, regional. Taiwanese believe that they must have 19.6 years worth of personal income in order to retire comfortably. Imagine, retire comfortably pa yan. Hindi pa yan retire wealthy. To retire comfortably, the Taiwanese believe they need to have 19.6 years worth of income after retirement so that they can retire comfortably after retirement. China, Hong Kong, the bar is set to 15.4 years worth of personal income. Sa atin, again, bottom line, inside of us, tayo, kontento na tayo sa 2.1 years. Okay na. It will, I will survive. Actually, maraming dahilan bakit yung Filipino retiree nag-iisip ng ganon. Kasi, again, iniisip natin that our family will take care of us. Yun kasi yung iniisip natin. Whether aminin natin or hindi, at the back of your mind, you think, anyway, my children will take care of me. So, so meaning to say, if you have 20,000 income right now, so 2.1 years or 2 years is like around 500,000 pesos. If you have 500,000 pesos, sa tingin mo, okay na yan. And that is equivalent to 2 years of existence. After that, patay ka na. Gugutumin ka na. But again, deep inside, culture kasi natin to na, anyway, my children will take care of me. There's nothing wrong with that kasi positive thinker tayo eh. Pero yung problema is sobra positive thinker ka na hindi mo inisip na what if your in-laws do not take care of you. Your children will take care of you, but your in-law will not. So, hindi naman siguro ibigay lahat ng pera ng mga anak mo sa'yo. Alright? You have to take note of that. So, you have to consider to be financially independent. Bonus na lang yung ibigay ng mga anak mo, ng mga relatives mo. Okay? Or bonus na lang yung ibigay ng government. No? So, another survey, no? 68% of Filipino workers expect to receive Social Security System Fund or Pag-ibig Fund benefits when they retire. Imagine 68%. Just nagko-contribute ako sa SSS at Pag-ibig. So I expect to receive. Di ba? While 8% expect to receive income from financial assets, insurance, stocks, bonds according to survey. So imagine how big the gap is, no? 68% versus 8%. Okay? So 68% of Pinoys most probably sila yung nagko-contribute din, di ba? Expect to receive SSS. So, magkano talaga yung ma-receive natin sa SSS, okay? So, ito guys, no, the average monthly pension received by the majority of SSS pensioners, SSS contributory members, roughly 4,000 pesos, significantly below the average monthly benefits received by other pensioners. So, kung GSIS, yung mga government workers, 9,000. Maliit pa rin yung 9,000 pesos. Imagine yung income mo ngayon, papalitan ng 4,000 or 9,000. Will you survive? No. Right? Kulang nga yung 9,000 na salary ngayon. Right? And PIBAW, ano yung PIBAW? Yung mga veterans, no? 15 to 29,000. Others, no? Private employers, you know, foreign government, between 20 to 30,000. Swerte ka kung yung employer mo may retirement program for you. So, ngayon, you know, binibigay mo lahat ng oras, attention, effort, talent to your private employer. Tanungin mo yung private employer mo kung meron bang retirement na piniprepare for you. Kasi pag wala, then, you know, sayang yung oras mo dyan. Okay? So, it's a wake-up call to you as an employee and to the employer as well. Okay? So, imagine 4,000 pesos, the average, majority, average monthly pension ng majority, 4,000 pesos. Mas malaki pa yung yung scholar, no? Scholar allowance. Mas malaki pa, no? Yung scholar allowance kaysa pension, imagine. So mag-scholar ka na lang by the time you retire, no? It's kidding aside, that's reality. It comes that statistics come from, you know, a group who conducted a survey last year, okay, 2019. So, guys, paki-chat nga dyan. Are you excited? Or paki-chat the word exciting or not excited or excited. Are you excited for the 4,000 pesos na pension for you, for your mother, for your father, for your brother, for your sister? Are you excited? Bakit may nag-type na excited? Sige, anyway. Are you excited na 4,000 pesos lang yung matatanggap ng nanay mo, tatay mo, kapatid mo, yung kapitbahay mo? Are you excited or not excited? Not excited, of course. Di ba? So, it means like whatever you contribute to SSS, Pag-ibig, bonus na lang yon. Bigay mo na lang yan sa apo mo. Di ba? Kasi yung apo mo talagang matutuwa yan pag binigyan mo ng 4,000. Apo, may 4,000 ka. Ikaw na bahala anong gawin mo dyan. May suggestion ako, ibigay mo, mag-set up ka ng savings. Yan. So, that's how you, kasi turo ka ng turo sa apo mo, hindi ka naman nagbibigay ng pera. So, how are they motivated to follow and remember you, di ba? Kidding aside again, no? So, not excited. Okay, excited and not excited. And again, saan ko kinuha to? Nasa internet lang yan, i-google mo yan, no? Yung National Convention on Statistics in 2019, a special group, you know, conducted the study. And because of their study, these are the key takeaways, okay? Sa study nila, no? The key takeaways, there's a need to intensify financial education. Guys, listen here. There's a need to intensify financial education. When you say intensify, that's with full effort and full focus and full commitment. Hindi lang mag-share ka, invite mo, kung hindi nag-attend yung kapitbahay, yung kaibigan mo, yung kapatid mo, okay lang. Walang intensify. Hindi yan intensify. Intensify, it means kailangan mong mag-commit, kailangan kang mag-commit, kailangan mo lagyan ng effort, kailangan mo lagyan ng mission, kailangan intentional na i-invite mo yung tao, tsaka yung sarili mo, dalhin mo sa mga financial education programs, seminars, lectures, no? Financial education campaigns, especially about retirement products. A mechanism, it's not me who wrote this, okay? I just do a screenshot, no, in the online. A mechanism can be developed to allow SSS contributory members to increase their level of voluntary contribution, which can serve as savings vehicle for them. Again, pag sa SSS ka nag-contribute, you know, it's bonus na lang yan. No? Kahit in-increase mo pa yung contribution mo, you know, if you double the contribution, it might be too much for you. Pero alam mo pa, if you double the 4,000, 8,000 pa rin yun. Di ba? So, kulang pa rin. So, encourage workers, number 3, especially the private sector employees with lower contribution to consider other personal retirement plans. Right? Assessment of the benefit level, the social pension provided to the indigent senior citizen can be considered or at least cover their minimum required expenses. So you can never wait for the government to do a lot of changes for you. You have to do the change for you. Okay? Change is a decision. So now that you know already na anong posibleng mangyari, yung parents mo, you know, yung kapitbahay mo, yung kapatid mo, pinsan mo, they will receive an SSS pension of that much, and including you. So you have to do something and take note of this suggestion. Huh? This is not my suggestion. This is a suggestion of a you know a body, you know, that's a group that conducts statistics, and you know, not just in the Philippines but in the regional statistics po yan within Asia. Okay. So these people do not set out to fail. They just did not prioritize, plan, and manage their income. So may panahon pa. The reason why many people are failing and struggling is because of history. Again, history. Because financial education, the first financial education that we got is from our parents. Kung ano yung tinuro ng parents natin, ano rin tinuro yung parents nila sa kanila, then that's the financial education we get. The thing that our belief with money affects what we have. So if you believe that money is, you know, you don't deserve a lot of money, then that's why you don't have money. If you think you deserve to have a lot of money, then you will have opportunities to make money. If you think your family deserves a lot of financial security and abundance, then you will have opportunities that will help you create abundance. But if you think your family deserves little, small, minute, yung mga just the average life, then that's why you have below the average life, kasi you don't really fall into the average life. You fall below average or above average, no? So that's why palaging kulang yung mindset natin. That's why palaging pag may problemang relative, na problema din tayo, nagdo-donate tayo. So we need to say it's the cycle has been there. And the only way to cut the cycle is financial education. So that's why ginagawa natin ito, no, sa IMG for the last 26 or those 24, 25 years since 1996 up to today, and even today almost every hour from 12:30 noon Philippine time up to 9 o'clock in the evening, meron tayong financial class, and don't ever miss a class. It doesn't mean to say that you attend every class. No, don't miss a class na wala kang dinadala. You need to say if you attend a class, make sure you have somebody with you. You know, you invite people. Your spouse, your kid, your kapitbahay, your kaibigan, your kapatid, your office mate, because this is not just for you. It will affect your family and your generation. So join our class because this is our belief. Money is powerful, but what is more powerful is financial education. Whatever you had, money, business right now, it will, you know, it depends on how you manage your money. Okay? So again, I see a lot of business owners right now, from big cash flow to zero cash flow, or big cash flow to very little cash flow, and lalong-lalo na employees, all right? So financial education. So during the harvest time, manage your money para during the famine, you will survive. And ngayon, ano ngayon? Famine ngayon eh. All right? And it's almost recovering. So this is the best time to inject something here in the brain na kailangan baguhin ko yung buhay ko, baguhin ko yung the way I manage my money habits, the way our family spends money. Kailangan baguhin natin to right here, right now. And IMG is here to help you guys because you cannot do it alone. Okay? IMG is here to help you, to guide you step by step. It's your life, it's your money, but IMG will provide the guidance, the step by step. So bottom line, guys, is about here, no, mindset. lagyan na, sabi ni John Maxwell, learn, relearn, unlearn. So whatever your financial life right now is the result of whatever you learned in the past. So whether you have a good financial life, it means you have good learning. If you have a struggling financial life right now, it means kulang or mali yung na nalaman mo before. So it's time to relearn, unlearn, and put in new things. And this could be some of the new things that you need to put and embrace into your self, into your family. Itong mga new information about money, no? Money is powerful, but what is more powerful is financial. It's not about money. It's about what the money can do for you, for your family's future as well. So our mentors, okay, these are the people that are, that founded our organization. These are 3 people, ito yung nakaputi na may logo, no, sila. And then we have this personalities as well, no, like Bo Sanchez and Rex Mendoza. Rex Mendoza is the top guru, is an icon in the financial industry. He's an advisor to the Ayala Group. Isipin mo, si Ayala nagpapa-advise sa kanya. So it means this guy, in terms of money and business and planning, he's an expert. Okay? Kinuha din siya sa Philippine economic team as an advisor to the Philippines. So even the Philippine government, even the president listens from this guy to si Rex Mendoza. And Rex Mendoza is one of our IMG mentors, including Joanne, Noel, and Bart. So these are the mentors. These are the type of people that will guide us every day, step by step. Okay? And you will never meet this type of people outside IMG. Okay? So when you join our organization, you'll be mentored by these guys. Okay? So we need mentors in every aspect of our life, especially in the financial life. And of course, no? I mean, you are not alone. Kasi ang daming, a lot of Filipinos are aspiring to improve and change their life. Pero may mga Filipinos, may mga friends tayo na they've met IMG 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Ako, I met IMG 14 years ago. So it's not too late for you. Baka inisip mo, baka it's too late for me. No, it's not too late for you. The reason why you've attended this seminar because pwede ka pang gumawa ng, a lot of better stuff. You can still minimize, money mistakes, improve, and may marami ka pang magawa, not just for you, but for your family as well in terms of financial education. So, guys, that ends our session for today because that's reality number 1. Reality number 1 is many Filipinos, the challenge is this, many Filipinos lack financial education. Many Filipinos retire, struggling with money. And the solution is financial education. The missing link is financial education. So that's the challenge, the 7 challenges. First challenge is many of us lack financial education. We cannot undo the past. We can just do something today different so that we'll have a different future, a better one. So start putting priority to the financial education schedules natin every day. And again, do not attend by yourself. Attend and try to bring at least 1 or 2 people, your loved ones, your friends, invite them because this information will not only help you, it helps your entire family, your kapatid, kapitbahay, kasama sa, organization, sa opisina, lahat. This is for them as well. Kasi yung mga symptoms natin pare-pareho lang eh. So pare-pareho lang yung solusyon, financial education. All right? So guys, I hope I shared to you something relevant today. I know I shared to you something relevant, but I hope and pray that you put it into practice. And I hope to see you tomorrow, okay, for another round sa 7 realities. And we're going to talk about the second set of challenges and the solution that we are going to accomplish para ma-overcome natin yung challenges natin. All right? So guys, thank you. Have a great lunch. Have a great afternoon. Have a great Monday. And have a great week ahead. Bye-bye. God bless.